Good evening, friends. Technical glitches aside, welcome to Littleport Christian Spiritualists. It's a pleasure to see you all here. And you know what? Technical glitches happen. That is life. Things happen for a reason, though, because I think sometimes Spirit wants us to remember that we should all take things more slowly, take our time. And sometimes when we don't, when we rush and go mad and go nuts about everything that's going on, Spirit says, not today, Vicar. Slow down, take it easy, and have a break. And we should all remember that. Otherwise, when we try and do something in a hurry, we end up getting savaged off the internet. But we are here, we are back, and you are all extremely welcome, both those watching live and those who are going to watch later on, because I know there are people out there who do. So you're all very, very welcome. And of course, no Littleport event would be a Littleport event without us bringing on a medium. Thank you for the comments about my hair, by the way. It's gone a bit light. So without further ado, let us welcome to Littleport. She's a friend of ours. She has been for a very long time, but it is her first time working with us online. So do be gentle, do be loving, and do be spiritual. So give a big Littleport welcome to the lovely Sue Breen. Hello, Sue. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Hey, we have sound, we have vision. That's all we need. How are you, my love?
I'm not so stressed now.
Good. That's the main thing. That is the main thing. So how have you been?
Well, I've actually had, I think you can probably hear it. I've been trying not to speak this afternoon so that I save my voice. I've had a bit of a summer cold or a chest infection, actually. Yeah.
Well, we will, I'm sure, be sending healing throughout the whole evening. And I know everyone's willing you on with the love of Spirit, and that they will send their healing throughout the night for you. And as we know, they do look after us when it comes to the work. And, you know, there have been times I've been like yourself with a sore throat, a bad chest, and I've barely been able to speak all day. And then Spirit joins us, everything gets flowing, and it's all good. So we are sending our thoughts to you, my love.
Thank you.
Bless you. Well, now, I do know that there will be a special guest appearing later on, because no night with you would be the same without a visit from Pebbles, who I am sure. Hey, let me put on side view. There you go. There's Pebbles. Because I know Wendy's never met Pebbles before, so I know she's looking very happy downstairs, having a look to meet Pebbles.
It's Pebbles.
Hey. The last time I saw Pebbles, I gave her a dish of water, and she sniffed it and wandered off. Now I know. Sorry, I do all the time. Now I know a certain young lady sitting, waiting so patiently to come up, would have plenty of stories about my inability to make satisfying drinks for the congregation. 20 years ago, when I first met her, she invited me to make the tea for the congregation, because it was my first service. It was the first service, and I'd been sent along to keep an eye. And she said, perhaps you'd like to make the tea. And I didn't know just how much of an honor it was to make tea in a spiritualist church. And of course, the end of the service came, and she turned to me and she said, do you think that you'll be coming back next week, Nick? And I said, yes, absolutely. She said, perhaps we should find another job for you, because obviously you're not very good at making tea. It was rather weak. So it's the first ever story that I have to share about her. She's a very good friend and the principal minister of the New Christian Spiritualist Society, and there aren't many people who get an introduction like that. Ladies and gentlemen, Sue, it's Rev Lynn. Rev Lynn.
Oh.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Sue.
Hi, Lynn.
What can I say? I can only say more, but I won't. To protect the guilty. I won't say too much more about our Reverend Nick and his goings on when he first started. The funny thing is, you know, he used to stand there in circle and say he couldn't think of anything to say.
Really? Really?
Yeah, he was speaking quite often. And of course, you know, once he got his inspiration going, that was it. There was no stopping him. And on top of that, you know, I was told by him some years ago now that he was, because I was always surprised at how much he remembered. And he said, "Oh no, I've got it all written down, Lynn, and you know, I'm going to be writing a book." So I think he's waiting for me to pop off, and then he will make his fortune writing about me and all my carryings on over the years. And you know, the book of my sayings, well, they probably would be X-rated. You can imagine it, Sue. I'm sure you've taken enough circles in your time.
Oh yeah.
You know what that's like. And of course, Nick is the archetypal sitter in the first circle ever, you know, new to spiritualism, new to everything, and you know, not always quiet, except when he's supposed to be speaking. Then we've all been there, haven't we, Sue?
Oh yes.
So our Reverend Nick, but thank you, thank you for reminding me of those things, Reverend Nick, because you know, one of the things I was thinking about this evening before we came online, as it were, was what is our actual main task here as spiritualists, as mediums even. And I was asking them upstairs, as I do, and it came straight back to me, to cheer the broken-hearted. And I thought, well, yes, that's the most amazing thing, because that sweeps aside all those sort of political arguments that people get into. I think even is Washap, the Archbishop of Canterbury, waded in at some point recently, you know, on a political basis, talking about stuff that really, I think that people who represent God, if you like, and spiritual beliefs should keep themselves out of that division that all that causes. And you know, I think that what we can do as spiritualists is actually, you know, look at that, you know, to cheer the broken-hearted. I think that is everything, and we don't need to be standing on a pulpit expounding who's better than somebody else, or what you should do, how you should live your life, what lifestyle is better than some other lifestyle, what colour is better than another colour, or no, you know, or even get into that at all. And I think that, you know, we actually do offer that best chance to cheer people up. And, you know, when they said to me, cheer the broken-hearted, I thought, well, that's a very big task. You know, how would we do that? You know, in which way? And broken-hearted in which way? And they said to me that we can suffer from a broken heart from all sorts of reasons. You know, the very large things that we think about when we think about being broken-hearted, you know, the bereavement, the loss of a dear loved one, you know, our dear animals. Look at that cutie little pie there. You know, all those things. And yet we can be broken-hearted over, you know, the loss of a toy when we were a child, or just, you know, not doing very well, or underachieving, or being bullied, or anything. You know, all those things can make us broken-hearted. And I think that to cheer the broken-hearted, not to ask why they are broken-hearted before we embark upon that task, but to think to ourselves, yes, okay, you know, it's my responsibility, my personal responsibility. There we go with our principles again. But it's our personal responsibility, I think, to do that, and to do it to the best of our ability. And of course, we've got all these abilities, like Sue and you, Reverend Nick, and everybody else who's able to make that communication, that contact with the world of spirit, because that is cheering in itself. That cheers the brokenhearted too. Even if we don't know what we're confronted with and who's come to see us or who's asking us a question, or indeed who's silently hoping that we'll give them some comfort, as they watch us or listen to us. And I think that, we can go forward on that, on the basis of that, and whatever we get, we just give to people, and without asking them why it is that they're sad or what's ailing them. And that brings me to my next thing, which it led me on to, what's the best way of comforting? And they said, well, really healing. Because I thought, well, the messages were most important, to give people evidence that their loved ones survive, physical death and all those things. And of course, that's so important to spiritualism. But they said to me that the highest form of mediumship itself is healing.
Yeah.
And of course, giving messages to people from the world of spirit is also so healing in itself. But there are physical ailments, aren't there? Of both mental and physical variety. When I say physical, that require more than a boost of that. And we can actually ask as mediums for those in the world of spirit to come through for those people who are suffering and get them some healing and some comfort, and to indeed cheer them, cheer the brokenhearted, to heal the brokenhearted. And I think that that's probably enough for me to have said right now. The thing is this, that, what Reverend Nick knows is that he'll start me off with something and then I shall go rattling on, and until something brings me back from that. And I think, no, that they've heard enough from me now. And one of the things that Reverend Nick will remember, sometimes he has overstepped that and forgotten it, that people's concentration waxes after 15 minutes. You cannot really hold your congregation for more than 15 minutes before they start dozing off or falling off their chair or something, or thinking about the week's shopping, or what they're going to have for dinner, or things like that, or what their granny said to them before she popped off, and is she going to come through, all those things. And then of course in our spiritualist church context, whatever you say can come to nothing for some people. They're not even listening to you, because what are they waiting for? They're waiting for a message. They're looking at the medium thinking, is she going to come to me? Is he going to come to me? Am I going to hear from somebody? And that's the other one that we have to get over as well. Not only not exceeding 15 minutes of any kind of talk, but actually getting the right person for the recipient. Because there are so many times when people are saying no, but what they really mean to say is, no, I don't want to hear from anybody except from my Auntie Flo that I really loved, and I want her to come through. And I won't take any more messages from anybody else. Yes, no, and it try as you might as a medium, you can't get through that. So it makes you look like an idiot sometimes, but the fact is, that you've had somebody there, this lovely chap in a bowler hat, absolutely insistently wants to get through, and the recipient not accepting anything because they want their particular person to come through and communicate with them when they're obviously busy doing something else. And that's the other thing they don't understand. Life after this life actually is that. You go on, you go on and you do things, and you get appointed to do things. And it's like, somebody ringing you up in the midst of doing something really important and expecting you to sort of, answer the phone and talk to them when you've actually got something really important to do. And, so it's very difficult to explain to people, isn't it, Sue?
It is. It is, yes.
So, let's hope. Let us hope. Yeah, go on.
I remember once doing a demonstration, and this guy kept saying, no, I can't take that. So I said to him, I'm going to come to you afterwards. And I said, are you telling me that your great-grandfather is still alive? And he said, "Oh." So I said, "Well, why did you say no?" And he said, "But he's been gone 50 years. Why would he want to come through?" Message for you. So he went on.
it's very often. Yeah, it's very often too that people say, "Oh no, they died about so many years ago," or "No, they never knew me," or "I didn't know them because I was only 5 or something when they went." You know, it's absolutely mad. If they actually grasp the fact that people are still continuing to live, they live. So, you know, it doesn't matter how many years.
You know what I normally say to them?
No, I don't know, Sue. Come on, tell us.
Right, if your great-grandfather wasn't here, you wouldn't be here. And he looked at me.
Yes.
That's true. So I said, "He's still linked to you." He went off, spoke to his mother, and his mother said, "I'd go back and see that lady if I was you."
Yeah.
And he came all the way up from Reigate and made an appointment. My mum told me the whole story. And I said, "So if I give you this and this and this, you'll understand it?" And he said, "Yeah. Thank you for
Of
coming."
course. Of course. So I hope that people are taking note of all this, that are tuning in. And I hope that you know, you have a really good evening. I'm sure you will, and I'm sure that all the recipients will be suitably admonished now, and will understand that they are to accept what you give them with good heart, and be cheered and be cheered. God bless you, Sue. God bless you, Reverend Nick, and I wish you a very good evening.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lynn. Now I will just make one small comment, because, as you know, as we work, I feed you in, even though you already know what you're going to say. Spirit feed me in to feed you in, and then you say your piece, and then I come up with something else. I think they were absolutely accurate in their assessment, because if we remember the rest of that verse, it's to cheer the brokenhearted, to aid the suffering one, and at the moment, especially through life's various changes, say, "Thy will be done."
Thy will be done. Yeah. Amen.
Amen.
Well, then, thank you very much. Stay online. We'll have you back up later on. But in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, it's Revelyn. See you later. Mwah. There we are. Right, my lovely. So now is the time in our service, because, as you know, we like to do things a bit widdershins. We're going to have a reading from a lovely young man. I've just had a comment that I will just, Alan, all your repeating your words. Yes, that's because of the microphone in Lynn's, but I think it's probably fixed now. If anyone is still getting a bit of an echo, I don't think you will do now, but I try and mute it as much as I can in between sentences, just so people don't get too distracted. But I think you'll yeah, there you go. I've just had confirmation we're all okay now. My trigger finger on the mute button is not always that good, and besides which, there are not many people alive or in the world of spirit that would be brave enough to mute Reverend Lynn. Yourself, Alan, would be one of them, I'm sure. Book or no book aside, I would be in great big trouble. But there we are. She's smiling at me. I don't know whether that's wry or humorous. I'll find out one point, no doubt. Well, friends, let's bring up Reverend Alan Sutton, because he has got a reading for us, I hope. Are you there, Alan?
Good evening, Nick. Evening, everyone. Yes, I do have a reading. I myself have been feeling a little bit lost the last couple of weeks, and sort of lacking sense of direction and losing a bit of faith, to be honest. And the very first reading that I looked at this morning is the one I chose, because it really cheered me up. And so here is my contribution to try and cheer everyone else up. It's called Keeping On. I've dreamed many a dream that never came true. I've seen them vanish at dawn. But I've realised enough of my dreams, thank God, to make me want to dream on. I've prayed many prayers when no answer came, though I waited patient and long. But answers have come to enough of my prayers to make me want to keep praying on. I've trusted many a friend that failed and left me to weep alone. But I found enough of my friends, true blue, to make me keep trusting on. I've sown many a seed that fell by the way for the birds to feed upon. But I've held enough golden sheaves in my hands to make me keep sowing on. I've drained a cup of disappointment and pain and gone many days without song. But I've sipped enough nectar from the roses of life to make me want to live on. Thank you. That is by Anonymous.
Oh, brilliant. Thank you, Alan. That is lovely. And as ever with Spirit, it really does tie in about dealing with life and just being uplifted. And that is our job. And we will continue to be uplifting. And I know there are times in my life where I've been slightly self-deprecating and made myself the butt of the joke. But you know what? If people smile, I really don't care. Because my job, as your job and all of our jobs, is to have people come in who need us, and at the very least leave smiling. I do that at my other job, and I do that in this vocation, this wonderful way of life in which we live. And I know everyone always looks forward to your readings as well, Alan. So thank you for sharing that one. It's beautiful.
That will be on the church page in the morning.
Yes, another slight tweak to the order of service. We discussed it last week and it's now happening. See, this is how we work. Alan will now be posting all of his readings on the church page after the service for all to see and read and have a copy of. So I think that's just wonderful. So thank you for that indeed, Alan. And you know what, I'm reminded when you talk about a crisis of faith and losing faith. I've always found that is actually what faith is for, because when things are going great, you don't necessarily need it. It's when you really are in trouble that the world of spirit are there. We should be thankful and grateful and acknowledge them every day that we are happy, of course. But faith and reason are like the shoes on your feet. You can travel further with both than you can just one. And faith sustains us when reason says we cannot go on. And my guide has just said, neither can you, Nick. Shut up. It's time to get on with the service. So I shall do just that. So thank you, Alan. God bless you, mate. And we'll see you soon.
Okay. Catch you later.
Well, Sue, as you can see, it's no different really to what we normally are like.
I didn't expect anything different.
Fantastic.
Other than the fact that, are you doing a lookalike for Ed Sheeran?
Thank you, darling. I love you. I've had many a comment. And in this light, it really does look terribly ginger, doesn't it?
It suits you.
Thank you, because I am actually naturally ginger. It's all of the bleaching and blacking in my teenage years that made it go a bit mouthy. But there you go. I did try to go for a nice shade of blonde because, as the saying goes, gentlemen prefer blonde.
Nice and easy.
And I certainly do. So I was hoping that, it would be of use, but no, it went ginger instead. But, we are a dying breed, apparently, but the amount of ginger people I've seen over the last couple of months is amazing. I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. We will live on. Anyway, on that note, we have spoken much about healing tonight and the need for it. So being true to our word and aiding the suffering one, we now have our healing prayer, which will be followed by our healing silence. And of course, as I showed you earlier, we now have a lovely video that plays during the healing, so that if people come on midway, they know that we're not all just sitting there with our heads bowed and the screen is frozen. Because it's important. It is the most highest form of mediumship, and it is the most essential form of mediumship, and it's something that everyone can do. And as Alan's reading was talking about, it's just like prayer. So let's move swiftly into our opening healing prayer, followed by the healing silence, and it will all end with the word Amen. As we say, Great Spirit, Father, Mother, God, here we bring unto you all those who are sick and suffering and in need of comfort, both those we know and those we do not know, and those who have no one to ask for them. We ask for them now, that it may please thee to give them upliftment, love, light, hope, and indeed faith. Amen. Thank you, friends. Now is the time in our service where we hand over the reins of communication, both metaphysical, metaphorical, and literal, to our medium for this evening, Sue. Now, as many people know, we have a bit of a raffle for giving out the messages online. People can then come on and join us and get a message from our medium. And if you wish to have a message, please send me a direct message. My name on Facebook, and my link is, well, if you follow to the original post on what you're watching right now, you'll find me. But it's facebook.com/Rev Nick Brown. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. That might help lighten it, actually, on that note. So let's get up our first, fingers crossed, let's get up our first recipient. She is a well-known face, actually, in Littleport. And it's good to see her up and about. And I know she was very excited to bump into Pebbles earlier. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Wendy.
Wendy. Hello, darling. How are you? You all right?
I'm fine. Are you feeling better?
Good. Okay, lovey.
Good.
First
I'll
of all,
see
I
you
want
both.
to say, First of all, I want to say to you, I do have a gentleman that is coming forward. And as he comes forward, he's showing me a wedding ring. Okay. So I want to say to you, lovey, you have a husband or partner that's passed to spirit.
Yes, I do.
As he comes in, he's telling me that he's very, very much around you. Very much around you. I don't often get names, sweet. But I do know that there is a G name that comes in somewhere. Either a George, a Graham, Gerald, okay? As this gentleman comes in, he's telling me that when he passed to spirit, he passed quickly. He was here, then he was gone.
Yeah.
All right? You understand that?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. But he hasn't left you, darling. He hasn't left you, all right? He's telling me that he knows what's been going on with you. He knows because he's been there to give you the healing, all right? I know with him as he comes in, he's he's talking about holding on to your feet when you're sleeping to give you the energy, all right? But he's also given me a rose to give to you as well. You understand with this, gentleman, would you understand, please, either a tattoo or something similar?
Yes.
Thank you. All right. Now, when he gives me the rose, he's telling me to tell you, keep it near your heart, sweet, because that's where it's come from. All right.
Okay.
He's apologising to you as well, because he's telling me that he wanted to be with you for many years to come, but it wasn't his choice. It wasn't his choice. It was them. Okay. Bless you. There's so much love that comes to you from him.
Okay.
Now, I also want to say he's giving me a 4 connection here. A 4 connection. A 4 connection, lovey. That's
Yeah.
either 4 children or 2 children and mum and dad.
There would have been 4 children.
There would have been. Thank you. Okay. He's talking about you have a son and daughter on the other side.
Yes.
They're with him. They're all
Right.
together. They're all together. Okay.
Thank
Now,
you.
he's also talking about when he passed, or around the time of his passing, lovey, there was either a celebration or a birthday that was going to be coming forward.
Yes.
You understand that?
Yeah.
Okay, bless you. Because he's saying to me that he's been there on every occasion that's come up. He's been there. And I
Right.
know the message that you sent me. Okay. You know, he's actually sitting with your granddaughter at the moment. Okay.
Okay.
Sitting with her at the moment. And he's telling me, you know, he's doing this and he's saying, I sat on the fence for a long time because I didn't always believe that there was somewhere else to go. You understand that? Yeah?
Yeah.
He's saying there is somewhere else to go and I know it now. And I can come in and around. All right?
Thank you.
He's telling me that you was his super glue, lovey. You was his super glue. Okay. This gentleman, he wore uniform at some point, please.
Yes.
He's showing me highly polished shoes here. Highly polished. Okay. And he's talking about a bit of spit and polish. It helps. It
Boris,
does
yeah.
help. All right. Bless you. He's taking me up to December time. And I feel that around the December time, it's either, I know it's Christmas, but I feel it's something different. There's either something significant around the Christmas time or December time, early January. A birthday, passing, or an anniversary.
Yes. Yes.
Bless you. He's blowing a kiss to you. All right.
Thank you.
He's blowing a kiss to you. And I know that I have Father here as well. Father's
Right.
coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You know, as Father comes in, wasn't a very big man. He's not showing himself as being a tall man.
Not tall, no.
He's making me look to him. So I want to say that I feel with him he was about 5 foot, about 5'8" or 9.
Round about that, yeah.
He's showing me quite broad shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
But I know with him that before he passed the spirit side, lovey, he's saying I shrank a bit. He lost weight. All right. Right. He's just telling you that he wants you to know that he's really happy that he can come in because they're all trying to give you a bit of energy. Okay. Okay. And, you know, your husband, as he steps forward here, he's telling me she's a fighter, you know, she is a fighter. All right. She keeps going. Doesn't matter what happens, she keeps going. And Wendy, excuse me, sorry.
Oh, I love.
I know that I've got Mum coming here as well. You also have a sister on in spirit as well, please.
No.
Ah, okay.
Oh, not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Then I've got to say that I feel that this is an aunt. Because as Mum came in, she's saying sister.
Right. I'll have to think about that one.
Okay, no worries. I'll leave that with you. But, you know, as Mum comes in, she's talking about, she's doing this. And she's talking about being a little bit confused before she passed. All right.
Mhm.
But she is telling me that she's got all her marbles now. She's
Right.
got all her marbles. All right. But she's also telling me that you've got to start doing as you're told.
Never.
Okay. You've got to
Never.
start doing as you're told. Because you can be a little bit stubborn sometimes.
Ooh.
Okay. Somebody was diabetic as well, lovey. There's a diabetes condition.
Yes.
Right. And, you know, as Mum comes in, she's telling me to tell you, don't worry about anybody. Do not worry about anybody because, you know, at the end of the day, they are all there for you. All right. There will be something to do with this is something to do with the church service. I don't feel it's in Littleport, in the church there, the Spiritualist church. I feel that this was a church service that took place, and your mother's telling me that she loved the eulogy that came forward.
Mm.
And there was words that were written.
Yeah.
There was words of sentiment that were written down and put in with her. Okay.
Yeah, there was.
You didn't get your name through. Right. She's talking about you sharing a name.
Sharing a name?
Yeah. So two people have shared the same name, whether it's a first name or a middle name.
Yes.
A name that's been
Yes.
passed down. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And your husband's coming back in again now, and he's apologising to your mum, but he's saying, "Can I just talk to Wendy for a while?" All right. Okay. Bless you, lovey. He's telling me that your husband smoked in life at some point as well.
Yeah.
Because he's doing this, all right. And I know with him that he rolled his own as well, because he's doing
Right.
this, and he's putting one behind his ear, right?
Yes, I know.
You understand? But he's got
Yeah.
a pencil behind the other ear.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. He's also
Mm-hmm.
taken me to his hands, so I know with him that he worked with his hands, right? But he's
Right.
talking about he has no regrets in life, lovey. No regrets other than passing when he did.
Right.
All right. There's an awful lot of love that comes to you, sweet.
Thank
And he's
you.
telling me, okay. He just wants you to know that he may not be with you in body, but he is with you in spirit.
All right, my love. Thank
Okay.
you.
And he's just blown a kiss to you.
Thank you. Thanks,
I'm
Sue.
going to leave his love with you. All right, lovey.
Thank you. Thank you, my love. That really helped. Thank you.
What a beautiful, beautiful message. Wendy, lovely to see you.
Lovely to be here, love.
And you are in fine voice today, might I say, as well, my darling.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which likely means that as our medium secretary, I will get a long list of jobs to do over the next few days.
Well, of course, my love.
Who would not want a curate like Wendy Perry? It's amazing. And, you know, you are an absolute trooper and an absolute asset and credit to this church and this society, this way of life and this human race. So thank you for all you do. Keep plugging on. And I know we've got a few new names that we've been sent coming up as well, which I know you've been in contact with. But we will, of course, continue to have our faithful friends serving us.
Oh, of course. Of course. We won't
Always.
be far behind. And,
Absolutely.
thank you for the phone call that day, Nick.
Well, yes, that was an interesting day. I do recall about 8 years ago now, actually.
Yeah.
In actual fact, it's probably about 8 years at this particular point in time, because we started in the June, and
That's right.
it was quite funny, really. I was stuck for a medium, and one of our congregation, Mike, turned around and said, "I know a lady who might be able to help you. I'll give her a shout." And I got this phone call about an hour later saying, "Hello, this is Wendy Perry. How are you?" I said, "Hello, I was told to expect you." She said, "I understand you need a medium for Sunday." I said, "Yes, I do." She said, "Well, I've got you one." I said, "Oh, that's wonderful." She said, "Would you like me to do any more?" And I said, "Well, actually, it'd be a huge, huge help." Yeah. She said, "Well, I've already got you the next month's worth, so I suppose I better do the month after." So, you know, and that, as they say, was that. We were stuck with each other forever. So absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much, my darling. And I'm going to let you go now before I make Sue laugh anymore, because apparently every time I make her
Don't
laugh,
make me laugh because I'll start coughing.
That's all right. I'm gasping anyway, Sue. So thank you, my love. Thank you, Nick. And
God bless you,
love
love.
everybody. You
Bye for
bye.
now. Bye for now.
See you
Sue.
soon. God bless, babe. Bye bye, baby.
Bye.
Oh, bless her heart. Thank you very, very much. So one of the other things that Wendy tends to do is, have you got everybody in the raffle? Have you got all the names in the raffle? I said, yes, this week I'm entering you into the raffle. And of course, there she is. So Spirit obviously decided that she needed a reading. And I was pleased that you could provide her the comfort she needed. So on to our next reading, and I will, of course, disappear. Now, I don't know whether you know, just because you were in the thralls, but I did pop up very briefly by accident because I was trying to fix something.
No worries.
But
no worries.
it's all good. It's all fixed. So moving on to our next message. She's been sitting there waiting in the wings all night, and I haven't said hello yet. Usually, she's quite a chatterbag on the old chat feed, is our Sandra. But I've got, and just as a fish, I did say I would give her a shout out when I see her. Alison, I can see you too. You are there, and I can see you when you're not on screen as well. So behave. But here we are. This is Sandra, everybody. Sandra, hello, dear.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello, sweet.
We can hear you. You're all good. So I'm going to leave you two to it again, and I'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Are you the fruit lady?
I am.
You are, yeah.
I am. How are you, Sue? All right?
I'm good, thank you, lovey.
Apart
Yeah,
from the cold.
yeah. Apart from this, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. All right. The way that I work is I normally get ladies to my left, gentlemen to my right. They can give me symptoms which they've passed with. They can also give me medical conditions that are still here. All right.
Right.
I don't often get names. All right.
It's okay.
Okay, so. Okay, lovey. I've got a gentleman that's coming in this side and I've got a lady coming in this side. I want to say to you that I have a grandmother figure that's coming forward. And I'm going to say that I know that she is definitely a grandmother as she comes in. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, bless you. But I feel like I've got a father figure that's coming forward as well.
Okay.
All right. Now, as Dad comes in, these two I know were linked in life. All right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And as Dad comes in, you understand Dad wearing a cap, please?
Yeah.
Because I can see a brim here. And he's putting glasses on me as well.
Yes.
Right. So I know that he did wear glasses. But he's taken them off, putting them on, taking them off, putting them on.
Yeah.
And I don't need these anymore. Don't need them anymore.
Brilliant.
He's also telling me that he did like to socialise.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. He's saying to me when there was a party, he liked to dance. He liked to dance. Right.
Okay.
But the memory I've got of him, it's like you're standing on his feet and he's dancing with you. You understand that? Okay. Are you one of three, Lovey? Or an only child?
No, 3. There's 3 of us.
3, yeah. He's saying all 3 of them used to wear my feet out.
Yeah.
But he's talking about where you are in life now, sweet, and he's saying to me, okay, everything will sort itself out. It will all sort itself out. This, what's going on around us at the moment, has happened for a reason. And it is so that people can actually find their journey path to be going down. All right.
Okay.
So you may find that your journey path may have a little slight bend in it. All right. But you are okay. You are on the right path. He's talking about more knowledge that's coming forward.
Ooh.
All right. And I want to say to you as well, something he's talking about Gothic. Something
About what?
Gothic.
Yeah.
Do you
It's my
understand?
yeah, it's my granddaughter.
Right. Okay. He's talking about her having a tattoo done as well. He's saying no more, no more.
Good.
Okay.
Good.
And he's doing this, so I know that she's either had a piercing here or something here. Okay. She may even be thinking about it, Lovey, but he is saying no. Right.
I'll keep an eye on that.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll keep an eye on that.
Okay. Mum's on the spirit side, Lovey.
Yes.
As Mum comes forward here, I know that there is very much a likeness around you.
Very.
Very similar. Okay.
Very.
Mum could be quite fussy around her hair as well. You understand that? It's like she's showing me she's got curlers in. All right. That she could sort of do a bit of backcombing. All right. And she's puffing it up a bit. Okay. But she is saying, she's telling me that she's had to come in with you, lovely, because you've had a broken heart in life. Well, she's coming in to bring the two halves together. And she's put a sticky plaster on it to give you the healing. Right. She's also telling me, oh bless her, she's telling me that she misses you really badly. Okay. You have 2 brothers or a brother and sister. Sorry, I shouldn't be asking questions.
No, that's okay. No, they're 2 sisters.
2 sisters. Okay.
Yeah.
But you're all very different.
We might have had a brother. We don't know.
You've got a brother on the other side. But I am going to say to you, she's bringing in another one here. So I know that there is a sister that's on the other side as well. Okay. she's talking about you and your two sisters.
Mm, yeah.
You understand either a rift or a drifting apart that's taken place?
Not between the sisters, no.
Okay. There's somebody that you don't always see eye to eye with. And I know it's a female. Not unless it's a daughter.
Daughter-in-law.
Daughter-in-law, thank you.
Daughter-in-law.
Thank you. Right. Your mum, she's telling me to tell you, don't get pushed into a corner. Stand your ground.
Yeah.
Because this young lady tries her luck with you. Okay. And she's saying, no, that's not on. Don't let her do it.
I don't. You ought to know me, Mum. I'm too much like her.
Yeah. She's telling me that your daughter-in-law will come to understand one day that she can't dictate. Because I actually feel that she does dictate to the rest of the family. Okay. Right. Now, Mum's taking me overseas here, lovely. So I know that there's links, either connections or links that are overseas. Where are you taking me, sweet? She's taking me down under here. You understand that? I'm not sure if I'm going to New Zealand or Australia. I'm going to Australia. She's showing me the
Yeah, I can take Australia.
yeah, she's showing me the rock, Ayers Rock.
Yeah.
Okay. And she's talking about there will be travel that takes place. I'm not saying now, but it could be next year, it may be the year after. But she's talking about celebration that will be taking place. Okay.
Yeah.
You also understand another baby coming in.
Yeah, I can take that.
Right, thank you.
It's not there yet, but I can
Yeah,
take that.
she's bringing in another baby.
Yeah.
And she's actually saying that this baby is going to bring a lot of happiness, a lot of happiness. But she's also talking about, and that's not with this child. I feel that this is a child that is either here that has either disabilities of one sort or another.
Okay.
Whether it's learning disabilities. Okay. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Thank you. She's telling me that she comes in around to give them the help, the energy and the inspiration to go forward.
Okay. Thank you.
So she's saying, don't worry, I'm still here. I'm still
Oh,
here.
I know. She talks to me often, but it's not the same, is it?
No. She's telling me I may not be with you in body, but I am with you in spirit.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Still telling me off.
Yeah. Where does the month of March come in, lovey? Birthday, passing, anniversary.
I've got I've got birthday that's linked to my daughter-in-law, my son that she's married to. That's March.
Right, thank you. Somebody's given me the month of September here as well.
Yeah, that was, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've got Dad coming in here. And as he comes in, he's saying, are you going to go put the kettle on?
Yeah. He did. Builder's tea.
Yeah.
Well, you had to leave it in there until it just went black.
Oh.
Builder's,
Oh.
yeah.
When you can stand a spoon up in it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And when he's
They
had
just
enough,
wanna-
it would always be, I'm putting the kettle on, and he would go. So I know
You
this
know,
is the end of the
they're
reading.
just saying that they really want to know that they're
Thank
Well,
you.
anything. It will all correct itself.
It will.
It
It
will
will
correct
now.
itself. Right?
Thank you
Bless
so
you.
much.
I'm going to leave their love with you, lovey. Okay.
Thank you so much, Sue.
Brilliant.
You're welcome, sweet.
Thank you, Reverend Nick.
And how ironic, as I come back, we end up talking about builder's tea.
I
I'm not feeling particularly, taken aback by that. Spirit do love their little pops.
Yeah.
Sue, absolutely brilliant. Thank you. Sandra, how are you, my love?
All right, thank you. All the better for seeing you.
Oh, well, I did see your. I'll tell you what, this is half your fault, you know.
I know.
You made a comment about it in the picture that you saw of me. When did Nick go blonde?
I did.
And I thought, I do miss being blonde. I do. I
Yes.
really do.
You
So
look
I
lovely.
thought, well, thank you. I've been described as many things this week: a loony, an idiot, the real Slim Shady. And those are
I had
those.
Slim Shady. I had Slim Shady.
Ah,
I did.
bless
It
you.
was a staffy, and his name was Slim Shady.
Oh, wow.
Seriously.
That's brilliant, brilliant, brilliant.
Well,
So,
I know I'm in Reverend Allen's good books too.
yes, yes, absolutely, absolutely. Well, it's so lovely to see you, darling. And all I will say is, once again, tonight really is about aiding the suffering one and healing the brokenhearted, because it's been the I believe my niece would describe it as the feels tonight are amazing. So thank you for coming on, Sandra, and we'll see you soon. Oh, where's the button? Well, we have one person waiting very, 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 very patiently in the green room left. So I'm going to bring her up. But before I do that, we have a little tradition, of course, in Littleport, where we make sure everyone who wants to be involved are involved. And I would get in absolute complete doo-doo if I did not do what I'm about to do. So we've got one reading left. That means, what is it, Hannah?
Hannah.
Prize.
Fully special prize, our final reading. Are you all right, Hannah, my darling? Good,
Yeah.
good, good. Have you been keeping your mum in mischief this week?
Yeah.
Well done.
Henry, supposed to show you Henry.
Oh yes, it's the doggy night. Hang on, let me put you on widescreen. There you go.
Oh.
Look who that is. It's Henry. Oh, hello, Henry. How are you, my dear boy? Bless you. I think we should actually have an animal service one week where everyone brings their pets on screen. Yes, Reverend Lynn, that includes you. I don't quite know how we're going to manage it, but we'll do our best. They will certainly keep you in mischief. And I'll put my fish back behind me again. So, Sam, a pleasure as always. Thank you so very much. Stay for the end. And he's already had a comment. Look, beautiful Henry. Beautiful Henry. There he is. So, thanks for coming on, guys, and we will see you very soon.
Lovely.
Bye. Bless them. It's one of those traditions that I'm so glad exists. And so now a young lady needs to unmute herself because she'll be coming on in any second. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Alison. Hello, Alison.
Hi.
Hiya. How have you been, dear?
Okay, thanks.
Now, I would like to say that we kind of know each other in a non-knowing way, don't we, dear?
Yeah.
We met in Weymouth via my bedroom. On an online broadcast, I will, we haven't ever properly spoken much, but this is our first time speaking, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Well, it's an absolute pleasure to welcome you to Littleport. And I hope you enjoy your messages. I'm sure you will, because I know what Sue's like. And we'll speak afterwards.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, Alison.
Hi, you okay?
I'm good, thank
Oh.
you. Yeah. Okay. Alison, I know that I have a gentleman that is coming forward for you. As he comes in, I know that he's very much on a grandfather level.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, I want to say to you that I don't feel that this gentleman was a very tall man. He's making me look to him. All right. But having said that, I have three people, 3 men, 3 gentlemen that are coming forward. Does that make sense to you, please?
Well, I have both my grandfathers in spirit, but I have many people in spirit that I know of.
Right. I know I've got 2 grandfathers. One's a bit taller than the other.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The shorter man, I want to say to you, I feel that he did carry 1 or 2 extra pounds. All right. But he wasn't huge. He's saying I was cuddly. All right. Before he passed to spirit side, Lovey, I know that he was unwell. He's taken me down to his feet and he's saying to me that he was a bit unsteady on his feet before he passed. Okay.
Right.
Now, as he comes in, he's telling me that he has very much come in and around you. For some reason, he's showing me like a draft board or a chessboard. You know, does that make sense to you, please?
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. I know that this gentleman did smoke at some point in life.
Yeah.
But he also always had sweets in his pocket. He's putting his hand out and he's got sweets there and he's offering them to you.
Right.
Now, whether these were peppermints or spearmint or something similar, all right?
Mm-hmm.
But he's saying to me, he didn't believe in all of this, you know. He did not
Probably
believe
not.
in all of
No.
this. No. He's saying to me, well, he's showing me a box actually. And the box normally means to me that he thought once he popped his clogs, he'd be in his box and gone. Okay.
No.
But he was really happy when he did pass that they stepped forward for him.
Right. Okay.
And he can come in and around. This gentleman, I know that he did wear a uniform at some point in life. All right.
Yeah.
And he's showing me a medal. He's
Mm-hmm.
showing me a medal. All right. That I know is either going to be passed down or somebody's holding on to it now. Okay.
Right. I'm not sure. Yeah.
Okay. Dad's still here, isn't he?
Yeah.
And Mum.
No.
Right. Okay. I've got a grandmother figure. I've got 3 ladies this side, 3 gentlemen this side. Okay. Mum wants to come forward, Sweet. She wants to come forward. She's taking me to her eyes.
Yeah.
And I want to say that I feel that there was either a condition around her eyes, right? Or she's actually making it go a little bit blurry for me. So, and she's putting glasses on. Okay.
She wore glasses. Yeah.
Thank you. She's telling me that you need to pat yourself on the back, sweetie, because you've done all right. Do not underestimate yourself, okay?
Yeah.
Your capabilities are far greater than you give yourself credit for. But she's also telling me that you've got a very, very big heart, okay?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of love for other people that come forward for you. Is that a pussycat?
Yeah.
Oh,
I've got 2. I've got one over there and this one. Yeah.
Right. Okay. She's saying to me that she's showing me a broken potted plant. I'm not sure why she's showing it to me, but She's showing me a broken potted plant. Okay. And she's saying, okay, would you understand her to be not very green-fingered?
She was. I'm not.
Ah, right.
She was
You
very
had
good.
in the pot lately.
Well, the garden's a mess and there are 2 planters, yeah. So one got blew over in the wind, so it's possibly that planter that got blew over. Yeah. And my son picked it up, not me.
She's telling me to tell you, get yourself out there and tidy it all up. Okay? Tidy it all up. She likes to see things trimmed.
Yeah.
She's saying, I like to see things trimmed. But she's also showing me a huge sunflower to give to you. All right?
Yeah.
Sunflowers being yellow, okay, to me it's symbolic that she's showing that the sun is going to be coming up for you. There's going to be changes that's going to take place around you.
Okay.
I'm not a fortune teller, I'm just giving you what she's giving me.
Yeah.
She's saying that there's doors that will be opening for you. All right?
Yeah.
And I know you said you've got a son, Lovey, but there's somebody that's going to be putting pen to paper. So I know that there is either knowledge or some sort of study that's going to come forward. You understand that?
Yeah. He's attending college too.
She's showing me certificates and diplomas here.
Right, good.
And she is saying, okay, there's going to be good results that come forward. But she's also telling me that around you, Lovey, you come to a crossroads. You're not quite sure which way to go.
Yeah.
You've got to cross over the road, sweet. She's saying if you go to the left or to the right, you're not going to get any further. You need to be crossing over that road. So there's new challenges that are coming in for you, all right?
Yeah.
And more responsibility, because she's actually showing me a step ladder here, and there's a foot on the step ladder.
Okay.
All right. Now, I don't know whether you're thinking of changing what you're doing, but I am going to say to you, there are changes that will be coming in. And she's saying, as I said previously, don't underestimate yourself because you're more than capable.
Yeah.
Okay. You need to be going forward, Lovey, and these will be coming forward for you.
Okay, thank you.
All right?
Yeah.
She's very much blowing a kiss to you. Mum passed with a terminal condition, Lovey.
Well, she had emphysema, but she died of a massive bleed on the brain.
Okay. All right. It's pretty terminal. Yeah. Okay. Because she's saying that was going on for some time. It was going on for a long time. Okay. And she's showing me her eye going in. So whether that's something that happened at the very end.
I don't know. Yeah.
But she is telling me to tell you she's fine now.
Good, good.
She's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. She's pointing to my hair. To my hair.
Right, okay.
Oh, bless her. She's just said, I wish I was brave enough.
Oh. We always had us exactly the same. Yeah, she didn't change it ever. Yeah.
No. She's
Yeah.
saying, I wish I was brave enough to have had something done like this.
Yeah, yeah.
No. Okay, bless you. But she's telling me July, this month, July.
Yeah.
Something significant this month.
It's my birthday in July the 20th, yeah.
Wonderful, thank you. Okay. She's blowing out candles here. But she's also taking me to August and October.
August, I think, was when her dad passed away. In September, my birthday and her anniversary. Lots of things in September. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Mum's telling me to tell you, celebrate her life, lovey.
Yeah.
Celebrate her life because she has no regrets in life other
No,
than
she doesn't.
passing when she did.
Yeah.
Okay. And she's always with you. Always
Thank
with
you.
you. All right.
Yeah, thank
And with
you.
your children as well. So I want to leave their love with you, sweetie.
Thank you
All
very
right.
much.
No worries, sweetie. You know, Mum's telling me as well that she does move things.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised because they're never where I put them.
Right. Ask her for them back. Just ask her for them back. All right.
Okay, we'll do,
She'll
Defo.
bring them back. Okay. Bless you.
Oh,
Bless
thank
you.
you very much.
You take care, lovey.
And
Stay
And
safe.
you
Stay
get
well.
off, yeah?
Okay.
And thank you for coming on, Alison.
Thank you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. Wonderful.
No. Everyone is, as I said to you right when you asked the question, everyone is always welcome in our Mikasa Sukasa, as I said. Although
What
it's
does
not
that
my
mean?
house, it's his. My house is your house.
Oh,
Oh,
casa.
thank you.
Yeah, Spanish.
Mi casa, my casa, su casa, your house.
Yeah.
Yes. But as I was going to say, it's actually his house when we're here doing this. So it's everybody's house as well from him too.
Thank you.
But I do like to give a shout out to other groups that are doing great sterling work. And it was actually the Light in Weymouth where we first found each other, wasn't it? When they had their philosophy service that I was invited to.
Yeah.
And I missed last week's, and I will be catching up over the course of the weekend.
Bye,
But
Pebbles.
they Pebbles is off. Pebbles has had
Oh.
enough of me already. And so it is that they do a lovely service, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
And you will testify that I did steal the healing video from them as well. I did say that I was going to, so you know. But I just thought it was such a wonderful idea, and it just makes so much sense. So thank you for following me all the way back to Littleport, and do stay part of the family, because once you get us, you do know you're stuck with us.
That's okay. That's good. Thank you.
Bless you. Well, thank you for coming on, and we'll bring you back up for the closing prayer in a few minutes.
Can I just say one more thing?
Yeah.
Can I just say one more thing? I've got a little child that's come forward, lovey.
Mm-hmm.
You understand that?
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
just want you to know that they're still with you.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Bless you. Brilliant. God bless you, my love, and we'll see you soon.
Okay. Thank you.
And you know what? Spirit do make good use of my ramblings and rantings, because, you know, sometimes I say just really quick things and get on with it. But when I rant, there's usually a reason for the delay. So I'm claiming that one. But Sue, absolutely wonderful night. Thank you. Your evidence, your energy, your upliftment, but also the emotional connection with the world of spirit that you have is absolutely gorgeous. And I know everyone here is so grateful to have been part of your service here tonight.
Thank you.
And Pebbles?
Thank you for inviting me on, Wendy.
Yes, absolutely. Well done, doll. And Pebbles, you look after Mummy, won't you?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah, I have to admit that it's nights like this that I do find slightly difficult, because old habits really do die hard. And I keep reaching for the tissues on standby, because that's the job of the chair. There you go. But I can't do it online, so I just have to send a spiritual tissue. But you know, just remembering that the full verse, opening verse of what was referenced by Lynn right at the beginning. I hear the angels singing with voices sweet and clear about things pure and lovely, the good times drawing near. The angels bright they're coming to aid the suffering one, and through life's various changes to say thy will be done. And I think tonight absolutely summed that up. So thank you and God bless you.
You're welcome.
And she's grinning, so let's have her back on and see what she's got to say about that. And it's I hope I haven't nicked her line. So here she is. Reverend Lynn, what you got to say, doll? Oh, I'll unmute you as well.
You did.
I did. Oh.
Yes, because I was going to say congratulations for this evening, of course, and to say that I'm sure that you have indeed cheered the broken-hearted with all your work and with all your love. And I'm sure that everybody that watches this are going to be uplifted. And your recitation of the old hymn, Reverend Nick, was absolutely apposite and excellent. And yes, you did take everything that I was about to say and said it yourself. So you know, it just shows you how closely, you know, our spirit guides and helpers are all connected with us, and we are all the same. And that's our message, isn't it? It's our message to the world. You know, we have got this big message to say we can cheer the brokenhearted, and we can uplift you, we can give you hope. And that, of course, is the one good thing that is left when all the ills of the world have been let loose. We have hope, and that, I think, is what spiritualism gives to people. And you've done that tonight. So God bless to all of you, and God bless too, if I may, to everybody who cares enough to look in and take part in this service.
Brilliant. Thank you, Lynn. God bless you, my love.
Thank you.
And yes, it just goes to show, I think Kathy would put it, I must be a bit psychic. But also it does show the interconnection between, as you say, our groups. It also must mean that I was paying attention in circle when I was quiet. There you go. Bless you. Thank you, Lynn. So I'm going to mute you now for the echoing people will be complaining. But let's have everybody who's still with us back up for the closing prayer. Oh, and I will mute everyone briefly. There we are. So let's all join together as we say, Great Spirit, Father, Mother, God, as we close this evening, we thank you for the opportunity to come together as friends, to unite under your banner of love and hope and friendship. And as we go out into this world, let us continue to take with us this message of hope, this message of love, this message of compassion. Let us remember, Great Spirit, that we can heal ourselves and each other. Let us remember that we can take personal responsibility for the world in which we live. And we know that the answer is to listen as well as speak, softly, quietly, but with courage and conviction. And so as we take this message out into the world, I ask that you placing on a blessing on each person here present and the friends and families they represent, all those watching at home and all those who will see these words. Let their lives be filled with upliftment, love and hope. And as we go out into this world and wonder how we will achieve it, we remind ourselves and ask only this: do not move the mountain for us. Just give us the strength to climb. Amen. Well, thank you all, my dear friends. I will selectively unmute those that do not echo for the parting gestures. And so God bless you all. Once again, a big round of applause for our medium tonight, the lovely Sue Breen. And don't forget Pebbles.
Pebbles.
God bless you all. Thank you all watching online. Thank you all who will watch. It's such a pleasure and a privilege to be able to welcome you all here each week. We are back next week for another service of spirit. Once again, a thank you to all. God bless you all. But until next time, may the peace of the Great Spirit go with you all. Good night and God bless.
Bye. Bye.